We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video, man. Appreciate the love, support. Like I said, I'm gonna start switching up the live streams and different topics. I think it's time for that. Look in redundant. Just talk, man. So um, let's tap in on it, man, for a second, man. I don't know what's going on. Having a little problems. Give me 1 second. What's going on? So give me 1 second, man. Trying to make sure we're good here. 1 second, then we'll get started. I don't know what's going on. Computer tripping a little bit. What's up, Samuel? Salute. Thomas Moreland, salute. We in building. We're gonna talk about Kaepernick and NFL. I got a unique take on it. Ain't gonna stay on for like 2 hours talking about this, man. We just gonna get in and get out. Hopefully an hour. And obviously it's a situation that has done exactly what the NFL wanted them to do. And I don't even think people paying attention to the bigger picture about this. And it was looked at as the NFL like was getting indicted by the black community and by other minorities. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh man, look what this owner said, and look what that owner said, and Donald Trump said that's his boys, but people don't pay attention. First, it was us versus the NFL. Pay attention now. Now it's us versus us, and now the shining light ain't on the NFL no more. Cool man said, man, salute. Thomas Moreland, salute. It ain't the NFL versus the black community no more. You know what I'm saying? Now what they have done now what they have done is put the black community versus the black community. If you pay attention to it now it's Eric Reid and Kaepernick and Jermaine Dupri and we talk about him in a second against Jay Z now. And what they've done is they taken Jay Z, a guy that's seen as one of the greatest rappers of all time, depending on who you talk to, and just his discovery of music and everything that's been said about him being able to defeat the record business. That's what Prince said is the one. He was the one that actually figured out how to own his masters and will and deal around the record business, and that's why they kind of give like a little short music history lesson. That's why Jay Z wasn't popping in the '90s. That's why record labels saying he was trash because at the time he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He didn't want to get in a deal where he owed the label 5 or 6 albums, and he wanted to have ownership, and he didn't want a publishing company owning the songs that he was writing. If you didn't know, he wrote like Still Dre for Dr. Dre and Snoop and them, and he probably done some other things. It's funny, they say he was trash, he was garbage, he'd never make it, his style would never work. But it was because he wanted ownership and he was woke to what the music industry was doing. At the time, Pac was out there, he looked rich, but he was broke. Biggie looked rich, but in actuality, he wasn't as rich as he once seemed. And Snoop Dogg said it himself. He said there was no money in the record business until Master P put real money in there. And basically, if you go back, excuse my back, if you go back to when Michael Jackson was fighting for dimes on the dollar for his record sales. Yes, he was fighting for dimes. It's artists out there that was getting pennies on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Getting 3 cents for every dollar a record sales. So basically, it breaks down for like, all right, if your album is $10 and they say you get 3 cents for every dollar that's sold for each album that's sold, they don't break down to nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they doing you. You know what I'm saying? And they recoup all your album sales and stuff. So Jay Z was the one that kind of figured out, to come in the game with some awareness that how the record labels was playing them and stuff. And it's funny, we get a long way from like James Brown and Sam Cooke and Ray Charles, and a lot of those guys had mastered the business end of the record business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, James Brown in the '70s his own private jet. He cut out the middleman in doing his shows. If you ever seen his biography and stuff, and I know what they say about James Brown, and I eventually kind of linked the stuff together. You will see how it go. And him and Sam Cooke was going to be the first black uh, people ever in history, and it still haven't happened to this day. Not Puffy, not Jay, not L.A. Reid, not Babyface, none of them There's never been a black person to own a major distribution company in the music industry. And James Brown and Sam Cooke, they were going to purchase one, and then ironically, Sam Cooke ended up dead, and James Brown ended up pulling out of the deal. So from like James Brown, Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, a lot of those guys were smart with their money. You know what I'm saying? And now we're in a situation where not a lot of the guys is being smart. They took, record label literacy out. You had TLC getting like Jeeps, you know what I'm saying, when they was worth more. New Edition got played with some scooters and a couple dollars. And they took the record label literacy out. And when Jay-Z came, he knew exactly who, what, when, and where, and how that he wanted to approach it. So, Jay got a lot of clout just built up in the business after that. And kind of, if you just want to know my thoughts in a nutshell, um, if you want to, basically, I'm just gonna sit and wait on Jay. But before I'm gonna kind of piece it together. So what's going on right now is Eric Reid is saying some things about Jay Z, and let me pull it up to be exact. Um, and I just want to just kind of get exactly what he said, man. Um, Eric Reid, Jay Z reportedly get majority ownership in NFL team. Eric Reid called it despicable. Um, and I'm trying to see exactly what was his quote. But Kenny Spills has some things to say, and then Kaepernick has some things to say that was not so nice. Um, and I guess this is what Eric Reid said. He said Jay-Z claimed to be a supporter of Colin. He wore his jersey. He told people not to perform at the Super Bowl because of the treatment the NFL did to Colin. Now he's going to be part owner, said Reid, smiling, shaking his head. He sounded he's sounding despicable. And then Kaepernick basically piggybacked off him, and Kenny Stills pretty much piggybacked off him. And right now it looked bad. I mean, for Jay-Z, it looked bad. If Jay Z was had a history like Floyd, Ricky in the super chat, appreciate it. And I'm gonna get to the chat. If he had a history like Floyd, or he had a history of being a buck dancer, just completely. And I know people say if this was Kanye, and I'll get to Kanye in a minute, then I'll be kind of like, damn, yeah, man, Jay at it again. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny, and I said this before, kind of. I touched on this on another stream, just briefly. It's funny, man, that when you're younger, if you're fortunate to have somebody in your corner, this is one of the things they tell you. Right when you turn a teenager, maybe 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, maybe 18, 19, you go in your 20s. It takes forever to build a reputation up. I mean, you could be at a job and be on time for 20 straight years. One day you get kidnapped, you miss a week, and they fire you. Then you got to come back and explain yourself. Or, you got a great reputation for giving back to the kids, and somebody say, well, you hit my kid on the football field, and it's a lie, but everybody's saying, oh, he probably did that shit. Look at them, and the kid lying or the parent lying. It's funny, you can build a reputation up so big and so good, but one instant, 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 5 minutes can destroy your entire reputation. And everybody coming down on you. And with Jay-Z, nobody giving Jay the benefit of the doubt. I mean, from Prince leaving, his unreleased music in Jay hands, to the Khalif Browder, to the game he was spitting on verse 44, whatever it's called, from paying Lil Wayne legal fees to paying Meek legal fees. And I'll get to Meek in a minute. From all this other shit that he done built up and he done did, nobody's just sitting here waiting like, damn, Jay might have a plan. Oh, that's only person that said that was Matt Barnes. Like, hey, let's be patient. Let's trust Jay-Z. No. And what the NFL has done at its greatest, even if Jay-Z had a master plan to do whatever he gonna do, and then we be like, damn, all right. But right now, what the NFL has done is created a distraction to the black community. Now, nobody really, we talking about the Eric Garner cop that got fired but ain't doing no jail time. But really, this distraction is kind of took away from that a little bit more, and that's the very thing that Kaepernick was kneeling for. Then again, you take your mind off of Jerry Jones, Stephen Ross, to take your mind off the Robert Kraft little little trafficking, whatever he had, the little massage parlor incident where he had with the woman that was, doing his things with the women or whatever. It take your mind off of all the issues the NFL got going on. Nobody talking about the ratings, Robert Kraft. Nobody talking about Stephen Ross and what Kenny Stills was saying about him. How you doing a Trump fundraiser, but then you talking about minority equality. Nobody talk about that no more. And what is done now, just them having to deal with Rock Nation and Jay-Z, what is done now, at the very least, it's took the light off the NFL as it's about to start the season, and everybody looking at Jay. All the black community jumping on Jay. They putting these fake posts. Oh, Rihanna didn't say nothing. They putting these fake posts or posting. Oh, why Beyonce ain't say nothing? What does Meek think about it? Jay was calling Kanye this, and look what he doing. The same thing that we did with what they did with R. Kelly. I can't put myself in the class of the black community like that, but the same thing they did to R. Kelly. And the white men had to do nothing to R. Kelly. The black people jumped down on R. Kelly and they buried R. Kelly. Right or wrong, Harvey Weinstein going through the same thing. It's a few other guys going through the same thing that's able to financially pay it off. And while Bill Cosby's sitting in jail, they are financially able to pay it off, and then they walking scot free because it's a distraction. You don't see, Billy and Mary jumping down on social media down on Harvey Weinstein like that. You only see them even jump on Epstein like that. They was on his head, but not like black people was on R. Kelly. We was laughing at him. We was joking. Oh, he need to do time. And I was trying to explain to a young lady, I'll get to the chat in 1 second, that she was like, oh, he's wrong. He got to go to jail. I was like, well, at the end of the day, then why, Harvey Weinstein ain't got to go to jail? Hey, why this guy, Robert Kraft, ain't got to go to jail? But all the focus is on R. Kelly, and she just was just mentally too immature to get what I was saying. But that's the kind of the mentality that they create with us on that, man. But Cool Man said, man, Punasis, what's going on? Hopefully I said your name right, 916. Smartest thing Mike did was buy the Beatles catalog, and it may have been his downfall. Yep, Ernest, I agree. I ain't getting said though. Coffee Universe. James Prince masterpiece. Suge was trying to, but Suge was tripping in the street, so they called it off. No, they wasn't gonna let them do that. Just like what Ernest said above you, they convinced our artists that they need them to sell music to us. Exactly. That's the biggest thing. And now that units really not moving no more, it's more through streams. You know, it is what it is. Gucci Man was one of the smartest artists out there, even though he was in a messed up deal with Big Cat. But what Gucci Man did was he just pushed music through that piff. Gucci Man had a mixtape. You ain't see too. You've seen the Trap House and a couple albums. The State the Peel versus whatever it's called. He had a couple albums out, but Gucci Man had a new album on that piff. He gave out free music, and he underrated for this. He gave out a ton of free music, and all he did was travel and get shows. He was able to front his money for the instrumentals and for the studio time, but really he got the money on the back end. Okay, you didn't see a ton of Gucci Man albums in the record store. That's when we still went to FYE kind of a little bit and bought albums at Best Buy. You didn't see a ton of his albums albums in the record store or nothing like that. But what he did, he gave out free music and he traveled. After a while, he probably was getting 10 a show, 5 a show, 10 a show. Then his status grew up. He was probably getting 20, 30, 50 a show. So if I'm getting 50 a show, you know what I'm saying? And I'm traveling all year and just shooting, and doing albums when I can. Before I look up, nigga, I done made $1,000,000. You know what I'm saying? I done made a couple million. And I'm doing after parties. I'm hitting club appearances and shit like that. And before you know it, I'm on tour. People sleep on what he did though, but Gucci Man was the hardest working, smartest thing, one of the smartest men in there. But it was because he was in a messed up deal, I believe. So he had to do it that way. J Dub, so it's okay to work for a watch and purchase from a company, but you can't own stake in it. I agree, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Fred Jackson, shout out to J Dub though for that comment. Jay Z been sold out. I didn't needed to wait and see. At the end of the day, what is selling out then? That's what I want to know. What is selling out? Because I was skeptical about his relationship with Robert Kraft and just knowing what he represent. I was saying that, but really, what is selling out? That's what I want to know. Because if that's selling out, then you gotta look at Muhammad Ali. Like I was saying the other day, you gotta look at Ali, and you gotta look at a ton of other people, man. They ain't gonna like what I say, but the dude that run the Nation of Islam, it's some things about him going out there that I know to be pretty factual. When you get to selling out, man, you got a long list of people to get to before you get to Jay-Z? Who ain't sold out? That's the question. And it depends on what your definition of selling out is. Look like Jay pictures from his company titled "No Black People Work for This Company." I don't know what you mean by that. Panassos, hopefully I'm saying your name, but 916. How does an F does DJ Khaled have money when his last album only sold 136K? Shows. Um, he chose show money. You never know. Investments. It's a ton of ways to in the music industry that they get money. He said, "Wood said, what Jay Z doing so wrong?" Okay, basically what happened is this. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. I'm glad that Wood asked that, but basically, what this is what's going on. Jay Z was telling like Travis Scott, and he was telling Jermaine Dupri, and a lot of these guys. And this is the part about Jermaine Dupri I get to. He was telling them not to perform for the NFL last year. Said we need to support Kaepernick. He had Kaepernick jersey on, and what they say now, Fun Master Flex, which is always in the middle of something. I just swear, I just wish he go away. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish no harm on dude. He just like a fly, man. All these other people checking out here, and then he ain't checking out. I'd just be glad when he gone, or he just he fell off because all he do is create commotion. When his name ain't popping, commotion. He said, "Well, I talked to a source, or I talked to Jermaine Dupri, and he said basically Jay Z finessed him out of that deal. Jay Z told him not to take the same deal that he taken with the NFL around the Super Bowl time last year. So basically, Jay Z did a situation where he was like, "Hey, Jermaine, don't do that dumbass deal." But then he turned around and took his deal. But my thing about it is, I know Jermaine Dupri got some money. So Def. He wrote Confessions. He wrote a lot of different songs that you don't know about. Low key, Jermaine Dupri, a first round music Hall of Famer. Especially in our community, the hip hop community. Don't get me wrong. People know him from Bow Wow, Criss Cross, the Brat. But when I learned his catalog and he wrote Confessions and all that other shit, salute to him. I didn't know how you bagged Jenny. But really, does Jermaine Dupri have $500 million to buy into the NFL? That was my question. And I was just being legitimately sincere when I said it. I said it on the Tom Joyner post on Facebook. I said, does he have $500 million to buy stake in the NFL team? And I definitely meant that with no harm. And I know Dupri got some money. You know what I'm saying? But does he have $500 million to buy into the NFL company? Maybe he do. Maybe he has investors, or whatever the situation may be. But people so quick to jump on Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And you never know. Maybe down the line, Jay-Z get a team. He hired Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Jay-Z get a team and he end up giving Kaepernick ownership in the team when he done playing. You never know what a dude plan is. But at the end of the day, everybody jumping down his throat. He's built up a reputation of doing a ton of things for people in the music industry. He's done that. He's done that. At the end of the day, whatever you want to say, oh, he sold out with him. Hey, behind every probably rich black man is some Jewish or white help, you know. But people that's what they want you to do. They want you to jump on Jay-Z. They want you to, and this is how they're gonna take Jay-Z out the game. They're gonna use the very same people against him. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I ain't knocking them, man. Get your fucking money, man. Because the very same people that's going down Jay-Z head and shit like that, they would do the very same thing or sell out for a lot less money, in my opinion. JD sent Janet to go get that money. Earn it. Fred Jackson, I don't bash people that watch the NFL because you got to stop watching the NBA too, and they doing the same thing to Carmelo Anthony. I think Carmelo kind of created that, but I feel you. But you got to stop shopping at Walmart. What you talking about? I was talking to Cali Enigma one day about that shit. And I kind of was kicking game with him one day about that shit. And I was like, well, you gotta stop shopping at Walmart. You feel me? you know, well, what about Ford? Or what about General? I'm not saying that they are, but what if you hear some things about them? The people that make your TV, what about them? The people that own your property, what about them? You know, what if your state is got a history of bigotry, and you pay taxes to the land you own? It's really no difference. It's really no difference. It's not at all. So when you get to talking about a slippery slope, so you telling me all, I don't know, mean teams in the NBA, part of my ignorance, but let's say all 30 NBA owners excluding, well, see, some people got something to say about Michael Jordan, but all 30 NBA owners don't have no inkling of racist history. I disagree. You go to Mark Cuban, he says a lot of borderline racist stuff. You go to Dan Gilbert and say, what he say? You think Donald Sterling was the only one? So at the end of the day, some people cover it up, some people hide it better. At the end of the day, the NFL showed their hand, and I'm totally fine with it. And it really boiled down, and I kind of want to get some structure on this, but it really boiled down to, if the NFL is so bad, then why is Eric Reid still a part of it? Why is Eric Reid not sitting at home with Colin Kaepernick and boycotting? He got to settle bit money. If he mad at Jay Z, if he mad at Jay Z for owning the team, or and they said majority ownership in the article I just read, and I don't know how factual that is. I heard it was minority ownership. But if Jay Z is such a bad person, but if the NFL is so bad, then why are you playing for him then? Right? Why are you playing then? At the end of the day, why are you playing? You know what I'm saying? That's like you working at your job and they calling you the N-word every day. Why are you working there? It got to that point. To me, is it about Kaepernick getting the job back? Or is it about fixing the root of the problem? Or do you not think the problem can be fixed working with the NFL? It's either one of the three. I think it's more getting Colin Kaepernick a job back in the NFL. That's what I think. I personally think it is. And I think that Kaepernick and Eric Reid, and I can't really speak for Kenny Stills, and I got a lot of love for all three of them, right? But what I think is, I think they know the NFL can't fix this problem. How can the NFL fix a problem that we've been battling for since we got to this country? You know what I'm saying? Since our people popped up in this country who's dragged here, how can the NFL fix a problem with probably 80% of their ownership, and it's probably more than that, 90% of their ownership don't understand the root of the problem. You can't tell me where to go if you never, started where I started from. They can't unfathom what we've been through. Single mother, sister that's 2 or 3 years older than you watching y'all. You know what I'm saying? Father gone. If you got a 2-parent household, they struggling to make it. You look outside every day. You see your pops go to work. Every day you see your mom go to work. They struggling. They struggling every day. And you see a dude on the corner making quick, fast money. You know, or you going to school every day. You working over crack. You can't explain that. Think about how many people legitimately grew up in the 80s era, in the crack era. That's detrimental. A flower can't grow without the seed having a strong nutrition in the ground, without a strong root. A tree ain't nothing without the roots. You see your roots go under your tree, it might wrap around a water line, it may go under the cement. You got to have a strong base, and a lot of us come from not so strong bases. And then and a lot of us that come from a strong base for whatever reason, and then you got white kids too that come from a strong base, come from a good family. They want to be where we at because it look cool. You know what I'm saying? We wishing we was where they at, and they want to be where we at. They live in the suburbs and you know big houses, but they come into the hood to party. Like what? I never really got that. I just never really legitimately got that. But really, it's basically like, is it Kaepernick getting a job? Can they fix the problem? Do they believe the problem can be fixed? Or really is? But I think the best way the problem can be fixed, what if Jay-Z do get majority ownership of a team? And I heard it was minority, but what if he do own a team? And he able to change how it's ran. He got a black kid, he got a black team president, not just the management. They got like, presidents under them. It's like the owner, then the president, he reports, and I don't know exactly what they call them. And then it's like the personnel management. You got a capologist, you got a personnel GM, and then it goes down to the coaches and coordinators and stuff of that nature. Part of my ignorance on what they call that guy that's the bridge between the owner and then the management. And what if Jay-Z get in there and he changed the way it's seen? What if Colin Kaepernick is burning a bridge before it's built? What if Jay-Z got a plan for Colin Kaepernick? I'm not saying if he do or he don't. But what if he got a plan for Colin Kaepernick? What if he got a plan for him? But all of a sudden, his girlfriend jumping out saying something. Eric Reid been speaking for Kaepernick. He ain't been saying nothing. And all of a sudden, he put a tweet out there and get mad at Jay-Z. That very same brother that you get mad at, you may need him one day. Because that's corporate business right there. You may need him one day. I don't know how to feel because I got to see how it's going to play out. I'm not going to jump on Jay. I'm not going to jump on Jay. Because I've seen a lot of great men do the same thing Jay-Z doing. You know, and this go back, and this is deep, man. I was watching the Corey Holcomb 5150 show on YouTube. Check it out. He got a show, I think, come on every like Tuesday and Wednesday, right? And he talked about this like 2 weeks ago. He said, I seen the strongest of the strongest brothers cop out and take that check. He said, I seen the strongest of the strong. He said, I seen the blackest of the black brothers take that money. He said, oh, not you. Oh, not you. Yes. And another aspect that I want to talk about is the Kanye aspect of it. Because if Jay-Z is selling out, and like I said, I didn't say he was selling out. I'm taking the Matt Barnes approach. I'm patient and I'm waiting to see. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt right now because all the clout he's built up of recent. Okay? Take it how you want to take it for. I'm giving Jay-Z the benefit of the doubt. And if he get to that point, he crossed that bridge and it's just on some tap dancing stuff, he won't be the first. He won't be the last. I'm not mad at him. It's just I'm disappointed. It's a difference. But I ain't gonna be angry or mad at that dude, man. It's a lot of guys that's out here in the videos or that's looking to be a nice guy, but they really didn't sold out. And that's what you gotta understand. But I wonder how Kanye, if he truly did sell out, and let's just say hypothetically Jay-Z did, how Kanye look? Because Jay-Z stopped talking to Kanye over some stuff like that, right? Kanye started, sitting down with Donald Trump. Kanye started doing this. Kanye started acting out. He started, with the Kardashians. He started just acting stupid. And Jay-Z really distanced himself from him because of that. And now, does Kanye come out here and maybe he gonna take a wait to see approach? Or do Kanye be like, hey, this fool doing the same thing I did? I did this 3-4 years ago. And he belittled me. He criticized me for doing that. And now he doing the same thing I'm doing. It's deeper than the Jermaine Dupri thing. And if he did finesse Jermaine Dupri out the deal, Jermaine Dupri got to be a fool. But you know what? When somebody like Jay-Z that's built up that clout, he built up the clout where, hey man, Jay been doing a lot of black stuff in the community. When he speak, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna take his advice. But at the end of the day, if he truly did sell out, now I'm saying I'm gonna take a waiting approach to see. People want to take your words and mix them up. You gotta keep saying it. Travis Scott gotta look like the smartest dude in the world right now. Because Travis Scott is the one person that Jay-Z went to that we know of that didn't take the bait. Travis Scott got his money. He said, I'm gonna get this money. I might have been the 51st person they asked to come do the Super Bowl, but I'm already with the Kardashians. They already think I'm a sellout, or they think I'm a nut job. And then black women already say, why you with the Kardashians? Hey, Travis Scott got to look like the smartest dude. You seen that meme where the brother sitting on like a Cutlass, and the Cutlass sitting on like 40-inch rims, and the streets is flooded, and his rims is lifting his car above the flooding in the street, and it says, who the fool now? And the brother hanging out the window like he in the cutty, like, who the fool not? Like, that's how Travis Scott got to be sitting. Travis Scott got to be sitting in his cutty on some 26s. Jay-Z got all y'all fools. He couldn't get me. Travis Scott, if this is true, and people and Jay-Z, people the community deem that Jay-Z really did it, Travis Scott, like, who the fool now? I told y'all. Y'all was getting at me. I'm going to need some apologies. I'm going to do an autograph lining so y'all can sit here and apologize to me. Travis Scott is the one that they got to be apologizing to. Because Jay-Z finessed the hell out of Jermaine Dupri, if that's true. And I'm ready for Jermaine Dupri to speak on it. Why Jermaine Dupri got to speak through Funk Master Flex or speak through through sources? This is great publicity for Jermaine Dupri. He had the little stripper female rapper comment. Said Jermaine Dupri, this could be the rebirth of Jermaine Dupri and So Def. This could be the rebirth. He need to capitalize on this. I'm pretty sure he don't need it because he got the money. Lather, salute, bro. 704 Joe, salute. He said, "Go watch Jay-Z concert. What do you see? 70% of white people." That's every concert. That's every event that you go. Only black event that I really noticed. I don't go to a lot of concerts no more. And I do go to concerts. Is like Frankie Beverly and May, OJ, like shit of that Temptations back in the something like that. Like in Hart Plaza in Detroit, you don't see a ton of you don't see a ton of Sorry, my stream. Sit down. I don't know. Somebody must be on the property. They'll get off real quick. Sit. Sit. I see somebody on my property. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Somebody on my property, dog. Yeah, my fault, man. My one of my neighbors dropped off some dog food shit for my partner and shit. So fucking 16-pound bag and shit's for my boy. He got a shepherd lab. He dropped that shit off for him. So he got a English mastiff. She don't eat dry dog food and shit. So I give it to my homie. Um, his dog be eating like cubes and bits and shit. What that nigga eat, man? Like gravy train. I was joking with the nigga. I was like, man, I know you don't be feeding that nigga skunk gravy crane. I was like, he's y'all do be. I said, man, poor dog. Poor dog. So I give him. I be giving my homie this dog food. It's nice that he give it to me, man. I do appreciate it, man. Lavish say, if he do got a plan for Cap, why not let Cap know or keep him in the loop? Maybe keep him in the loop. Maybe I want to mess the plan up. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Beyonce ain't got shit to say neither. You know, Beyonce ain't got a damn thing to say. So, you know, if he do it, don't got a plan. I don't know. That's what I would do. You know, if that was me personally, if I had a plan, I'd be like, but maybe he don't want it to leak or nothing like that. So maybe he don't got a plan. Ernest said the 5150 stay keeping it real. Y'all love that show. I don't know how they still on YouTube though. But I love that show with Corey Holcomb. He said, dislike Kanye. Most black people don't listen to Kanye West, but his show has sold out. Exactly. Your majority of your shows, and that's what I was getting at. Shout out to Fred Jackson for the comment. Most of y'all go to watch the NFL game. And only time, and I can't really tell the new arena that Atlanta playing in, but the only time talking about the Falcons, the only time that I see the majority of black people at a sporting event, a major sporting event, is at an Atlanta Hawks game. That's it. When I go to Ford Field, or I went to the Super Bowl back when the Giants beat the Patriots, it wasn't a ton of black people there at all. It wasn't a ton of black people there at all. So every time I turn on the TV, watch a major event, and I kind of look around, it ain't a ton of black people that be in there. Jay-Z is a businessman. He not selling out black people because people, I'm just gonna say the individuals still watch the NFL and support. But at the end of the day, y'all put it on like support the NFL. Why are you supporting the NBA then? What dudes like Donald Sterling? You think Donald Sterling was the only one? Listen to what Mark Cuban saying. Is it like, okay, the NFL is blatantly racist, so we can't support them because they openly racist? Because then when it boiled down to it, what about the NBA? It's the dude that own Dan Gibson, whatever the dude that own the Cavaliers. The stuff he said about LeBron was on some slavish type stuff. Mark Cuban, he said a ton of things, telling people they mama, that Akeem Martin mama, she raised a thug, saying that white European players were smarter than the black American players. I can keep going on and on for days. You know what I'm saying? You go to Walmart, right? So at the end of the day, where do you draw the line at? That's when people kill me. People talking about, oh, the NFL, people still watching. Where do you draw the line at? Because when it boiled down to it, Fox, y'all watch, a lot of y'all watch Fox. Boxing on Fox. Y'all watch Fox? I wasn't aware that Fox was like that. I don't watch Fox. Other than when football come on, and then now when boxing come on. So I don't watch Fox News. I don't be in the loop. I don't watch CNN. I read a few articles to stay up to date. So where do you draw the line at? You watch Fox for boxing? You watch boxing? Fox pays for the boxing cards that come on. That's crazy. So where do you draw the line when people say, "Oh, you watch NFL? Why? Why you watch the NBA? You watch Fox? You shop at Walmart? You buy some of these cars? They don't really care about your people. Maybe they domestic or maybe they foreign. So where do you draw the line at then? Because at the point you're gonna be making your own car. You're gonna be going to hunt and preserve your own food. Where you gonna work at? Where you gonna work at? Where you gonna work at? Renardo, Eli, Zachary, salute. You know, you tell me when you seen an all black rap concert that's in a venue that hold 20,000 at Madison Square Garden. Not gonna find it. Unless you do the Million Man March. Your dog don't need to just feed him meat and some vegetables. I ain't got money like that. And I ain't got time. You know, as far as cutting the meat up, or I mean cutting the vegetables up and shit like that, my dog don't eat that. He don't eat he eat some stuff Ronnie Boy Fresh put me on one of my subs. He don't eat that. He eat holistic food, but I do. I don't give him chicken. He ate chicken. He stole a chicken before. That sounds stupid. He stole a chicken before, but the salmonella can poison the dog. So I do the USDA beef and shit like that. I do that for him sometimes, and I mix it with his dog food. I do salmon. I really tuna because I can afford tuna like that. Salmon kind of expensive to be feeding to him. I kind of and then I fast them one Saturday. I fast them one Saturday a month. It's just something I do because my dog always eating shit off the ground. Can you fish? I ain't fished in a long time. I ain't fishing the Detroit River, but I can. I ain't fishing in the Detroit River. Shit, I gotta find somewhere to fish. Shit, I remember that shit, man. Oh man, I could tell you some shit about the Detroit River that got something to do with was it Aquafina or Dasani? One of them. Man, I could blow your mind with some shit on the Patreon. I ain't gonna put that out there. For your people think my dogs are wet, what they shine, are they shining so hard? Yeah, raw is good if you got time to cut that shit up. The dude on my YouTube, one of my YouTube channels I follow, he breed American bullies. He feed raw. Yep. I really don't no audio shit. You'll hear it now? Yeah, it's kind of I see what's going on. My bad. And it's fucking up my microphone. It's cool. I was talking about Dream Chaser and shit, man. I was talking about that motherfucker. Yeah, it's something going on. I gotta update it, man. My bad. I gotta update the whole thing. I thought I updated it. That's not till next week. I ain't talking nothing about to do with that. But that's next week. It's the 31st. Punaso 2916. Yeah, my bad. I was talking shit to Dream Chaser. I said I seen him and Fred from Barbershop Conversation streamed earlier this morning. I had woke up to take a piss and I seen Fred was on and shit. Um, yeah, I know, man. Every time it kind of refresh on my screen, it turned my mic on. I got an automatic switch on my mic. Karate body salute. But yeah, we talk about Jay-Z and shit. But all right, this was pretty much what happened. He fuck around and he finessed. They saying that he finessed Jermaine Dupri. You know, he said he finessed Jermaine Dupri. Said that he talked Jermaine Dupri out of taking a deal that the NFL gave him. He took it, and Jermaine Dupri got that same deal. My question was, and I was a dead ass serious. Jermaine Dupri got $500 million. He may. He got a ton of writing and stuff of that nature. But I was gonna take the way approach to see with Jay-Z. Man, I'm not gonna jump on him and say he sold out. But if he did sell out, he won't be the first or the last. At the end of the day, Jay-Z can give a damn about what you think, what I think. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because he trying to get generational wealth for Blue and whatever other kids him and Beyonce have. He trying to get his kids straight. And if he taking care of his family first, so be it. But he played the role. He see you act like he was for the community. He dropped that first on verse on What's Free. He took care of Meek legal issues. He took care of Lil Wayne, couple of his money problems, but I was kind of skeptical of Jay-Z, man. And like at the end of the day, I don't know the inner workings or whatever the situation may be about all his business deals. I don't follow him that way. But when I seen him and Meek Mills, kind of shacked up with Robert Kraft, and I knew what Robert Kraft was about, and DL Hughley kind of reassured on his show saying that, and I really don't agree with DL Hughley all the time, but you got a certain amount of respect for DL Hughley, but he one of the few dudes that really ain't went corporate. You know what I'm saying? But he said that it was a report out there that Robert Kraft was single-handedly one of the guys that wanted to freeze, the main guys that wanted to freeze Colin Kaepernick out. And also it came out that Jerry Jones wanted to freeze Colin Kaepernick out as well. But Robert Kraft was one of the main ones. So how do I feel with Robert Kraft being one of the main ones that's trying to freeze out Colin Kaepernick and Jay-Z rubbing shoulders with him? So if it is true, and I'm not going to just jump to conclusions and jump on the brother, I may never jump on him publicly. I might just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I might have a personal feeling, but I just don't want to be caught up in that cult. They putting us versus each other. I'm just never going to go into that no more. I'm not going to, just jump on that brother publicly like that. It's hard not to do so and kind of bottle those feelings, but when he started running Robert Kraft, I was skeptical. I think I was talking to Town, and me and Town Biz Sports Entertainment, I changed his name. We was talking about that, and I was like, man, I kind of felt skeptical about that. You know what I'm saying? I was skeptical about that, and I felt that maybe I was jumping the gun. But when DL Hughley said that, I'm not gonna see. I didn't see it coming. He said I don't trust DL Hughley either. Hey, bro, at the end of the day, he keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what would be his ambitions. You know what I'm saying? What would be his ambitions? Not to, because he ain't gonna be corporate. Remember DL? My wife and kids was about DL Hughley. A lot of people didn't know that. DL Hughley was like Michael Kyle. He owned like his own truck service. That was I believe I want to say that was about DL Hughley like. So DL Hughley got money. he had money. He had his own business before he came in. So, but it's always about stacking more money. You can't trust nobody really. Cordy Richards salute. He said, I don't know if y'all know this, in the terms and conditions of most banks that they can use your money saved up for loans. I rather see Jay-Z start a black owned bank. Yeah, they got one in Houston they just opened. I think somewhere in Texas. I want to say it was Houston. Somebody just opened, and all the black Houston rappers and entrepreneurs, I'm gonna say rappers, went down there and did that. Oh shit, that's fucked up, Eli. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like I said before, I'm moving on from that, dog. We gonna just do other shit, man. I'm gonna do some more of that talk tomorrow. So yeah, God willing. Yeah, I'm forget them, man. It is what it is. You know, if they want to be that petty, bro, I can't control what they do, man. You know, they just that's females and shit. What Nas say? You niggas deal with your emotions like bitches. You was my brother. You sold your soul for riches. Oh my goodness. What about that line right there? That line dealt with your issue, and it's dealing with the issue we speaking about now. It dealt with your issue, well, our issue, and it dealt with the issue we talking about now. Take a look at that line. He said, "You niggas deal with emotions like bitches," and I'm paraphrasing here. He told Jay, "You was my brother. You sold your soul for riches." It is, hey, that's what Nas told Jay Ether. He said, He said, "You niggas deal with emotions like bitches. You was my brother, but you sold your soul for riches." And if that whole weight and that whole true, then you got your answer to the question we talking about. Nas said this shit, what, 10, 15 years ago? And Nas' company took a shot at Jay-Z for making that deal. And if he did that to Jermaine Dupri, it's a lesson learned, dog. Karate body salute, fine sex salute. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Nas said best friends become strangers, that shit hit hard. You gotta just think about it, man. Sometimes you gotta. That's the type of rap I listen to, man. Something that kind of every time you listen to the ignorant shit and you listen to the shit that get your body moving to get you ready to, whatever you're doing, go to the club and get you ready to play a game of Madden. But every now and again, man, it's always nice to sit with your headphones on or with your shelf top radios. Y'all still listen now, sit in the car and ride, or do what you do, hit the treadmill and listen, and just listen to the words of rap. Especially in the '90s, there's a lot of Jews in there, man, that for years when I was a kid, it went over my head. A lot of shit went over my head as a kid, and I go back and listen to something that Big say, listen to something that Pac say, like, damn, I missed that. Because once you get older, you get experience. Now you can kind of go back and see what they saying now. That's just crazy. Dame Dummy or Dame Diddy. I get it. You Puffy and he and you Biggie. Y'all name y'all company Rockefeller. What he say? What the fuck he say? I forgot the line. He say Rockefeller died of AIDS. That was in this chapter. And that's who y'all decided to name your company after. Whoever played in NFL Primetime 2002 on PS2. I don't remember that one. I had to look at the cover. My little bro telling me to move on with my music choices, but he don't know. Can't move. I mean, it's hard to move on, man, but I listened to some of the stuff today. I do. That old rap has me. Yeah, a ton of gems. Even going back to like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. KRS-One had a ton of jewels, man. You talking about Love Gonna Get You, Slick Rick has some jewels in there. Um, there's a ton of jewels in there. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna sit and wait on Jay, man. I'm not gonna blast Jay. I wouldn't even publicly do it no more, man. When you get a certain age, man, all you doing is contributing gasoline to the fire. I'm just not gonna do it, man. And when I really woke up to that shit, is the R. Kelly situation. Angel 313 salute. Oh yeah, I've been on Big Crit for years. Since he came out of Mississippi, same time the Joker did. I don't know what happened to the Joker though. But yeah, when you kind of look at when I kind of look at the R. Kelly situation, man, and I was laughing at some of the memes and niggas was putting up and shit. And my mom said something to me, man, and she said, "Well, that's just modern day lynching." And whatever she said to me, that kind of clicked. Cause I didn't see Sherry, I didn't see Mary, I didn't see Bill, I didn't see Bob on threads or in public talking about R. Kelly. I didn't see them putting R. Kelly like a marshmallow and s'more over a campfire and roasting him. And all I seen was people that look like me on the threads. All I seen was people that look like me. We did it. We helped publicly fry R. Kelly. And R. Kelly did to himself to begin with, but we helped him publicly fry. Bill Cosby, who did it? They say a woman from 30 years ago. How stupid do that sound? And when we let stuff like that slide, and guess what? Now it got to the next celebrity. Now I got the next. Now it's like a virus. Now it's like they created a virus for certain people, but it ain't got out of control. Now and now it didn't reach they people. You know what I'm saying? It didn't touch them. It didn't touch them. And that's what they pretty did with the Me Too movement. It was designed to take out Bill Cosby, but then it became another hustle. It became another hustle for a female. Abortions wasn't good enough. Child support wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? A sugar daddies wasn't good enough. So all it did was create another hustle for women. Oh, he touched me in 1999. Awarded $1 million. Getting married and getting married and getting alimony and getting severance pay wasn't good enough. And what that was designed to do was just supposed to be an isolated incident to get Bill Cosby out the way. But then they got Harvey Weinstein. Then somebody else started talking, Steven Seagal. Then it started going through Hollywood. Then Terry Crews coming out here crying, said he was. It was supposed to be an isolated situation to get Bill Cosby out of there. But you know who fried Bill Cosby? Obviously, the man it gave him the rope. It gave him the rope. They said, here go a tree, here go a rope. And what we do, we believe some ignorant shit like that. Even if it was true 20, 30 years ago. All these women coming out saying he didn't. It was like, basically, what can you say? And when they don't got, you end up like Michael Jackson, you end up like Prince. When they had nothing on Mike and that federal, and everybody keep bringing that whole thing up with the kids, they did an extensive federal bureau investigation on Michael Jackson. Nothing ever came up. Prince, he had so much music saved up, and they couldn't get to it. And when they can't get the people to turn against you, and they can't get nobody to hurt you, then you end up like them. It's the game. Oh, we definitely was a big help wood in that. We definitely was we was the driving force. They gave us some momentum. We was the one that just pushed it off the edge. You got to stay independent at all costs, basically. But after a while, you independent so much, your buzz keep getting bigger and bigger. Eventually, they're going to offer you so much money. But really, you got to keep a low profile. But it's hard in music to keep a low profile because you need a high profile to really build a buzz. It's just a crazy game out there, man. Don't get me wrong, Kelly's a sicko, but everyone on the internet is woke. Miss me with that nonsense, exactly. The person doing him, yup. They going to hurt you some type of way. They going to hurt you with jail time. They going to hurt you with eternal time. They going to hurt you some type of way. And nobody really woke up to it. And Jay-Z was on the platter, low key. Nobody talking about that. Jay-Z was on the platter. Jay was on the platter. What he say on Free? They gonna have to, mama, they gonna have to kill me. So what if Jay-Z just figured out, I got kids now, I got a life now, and maybe they was coming for Jay-Z. He figured like, I might as well just join the home team now. I don't want to die. It may be something deeper than that. Because if he owned a majority part of the NFL team, he hired Kaepernick, or he get Kaepernick some stake in the company. Sometimes you keep people in the dark. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever tell them your next move. Even a person that it might directly be affecting. Sometimes you might test them. You might have bought your girl an engagement ring. But something in your soul might be just saying, hey, man, wait a minute. Wait a month. It's paid for. Hold it at the jewelry store. Wait a month. I'll be back to get it. You wait a month. You catch your girl cheating. You know what I'm saying? You wait a month. She come up pregnant. You question if it was yours. Or you might wait a month and she may do something great. She may hit the lottery. She might buy you a car. She might just solidify your thoughts. She may. I don't want to just think about the negative, the positive. But sometimes you got to be patient. Or you wait a month and she say, oh, this ain't working for me. And then, oh, shit, okay. I ain't got to worry about her running off with my $2,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 ring. Oh, shit. All right, you can get your shit and get out. I got $5,000, $10,000, $7,000, $2,000 to play with. Never rush the process. You know what I'm saying? You never know what can happen. It might be positive. She might pop up and win $1 million. Oh, baby, I bought this wedding ring for you. See? Shit, you know what I'm saying? You can never rush the process. Never. And another thing, man, that they don't talk about is the most important thing out here, man. And I've spoken on this before, is privacy. Privacy. And this is what Jay is doing, is privacy. You know what I'm saying? He might have a bigger plan for Eric Reid and Kaepernick. They may not know. But you think he? I mean, even if he knew they gonna be mad, and he had every intention to settle for itself. You know, he had every intention just to sell out. Let's just say he did sell out. You think he didn't calculate that Kaepernick and Eric Reid to feel some type of way, or Kenny Stills to feel some type of way, Jermaine Dupri, Kanye West would feel some type of way? He already knew that was gonna come. But you know what's the greatest thing about being in the black community for a guy that switch up or do some shit? Quarterback memory. You know what they say about quarterback? You got to have a short memory. You got to forget the last play, forget the interception, move on to make the next great play. The black community got quarterback memory. People just forgot Floyd Mayweather was with Gucci. Now all of a sudden it's back on the Floyd train for Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? You know, you and it's hard, man, because they finesse you into it. Or a rapper, you hear he do some whack stuff, and or he wore a dress in his video. He come out with a good song, you forget. Like, damn. Then this fool said all lives matter, but you like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The black community got that bad. Short term memory. Short term memory. Short term memory. You like, damn. And I get caught up in it too. And I had that problem bad when I was younger, man. And I'm still thinking about starting the mentorship, man. Me and my boy, he got a little different crazy schedule right now. So we able to get maybe when we 50 or 40 started. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna end on this, and I'll take a few questions regarding the situation. I remember when I woke up and found out my friends wasn't my friends. You know what I'm saying? And it took time. You know, we'd be chilling with girls, and you know, a girl would be you kind of like on you, and then your boy would say some hating ass shit. Like, you know, you'd be like, damn, where'd that come from? One day I was at the I don't know what they call it. And I was like the Rusty Bucket. It used to be the Brass Ski. It's a titty bar, like Tire Men, and like I don't even know what the fuck that is no more. It's like Tire Men. It's like on Tire Men and oh man, what is that street? It's like Tire Men and something, right? And I pulled this chick number, right? We in the titty bar. I pulled the chick number. I left my phone in the car because I was drunk, so I let my man drive my car. Put the phone, you know, bam. So we drunk as hell. So long story short, nigga slept in my crib and shit. I'm like, so he said, I'm gonna come back later, whatever. Then, you know, we handle that business, whatever. So he came back. I'm like, hey, where that, you know, where old girl number at? You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh man, I didn't think you want that bitch number. I deleted it. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. I'm like, all right, I pay no attention. You get around girls, he say some hateful shit. Then y'all get in an argument. Then he say some more hateful shit. You think you better than him? I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, you know. And then final straw for me was like New Year's Eve. New Year's back to back. Niggas just on some whole shit. I'm like, all right. Then niggas on some more whole shit, just niggas in general. I'm like, man, you know what, bro? I'm like, bro, like this. If this ain't got to be a sign, once your friend kind of just be throwing that little hateful shit out there, man, it's really time to separate. Cause there's no reason. There's no reason. There's no reason to be jealous. There's no reason to be jealous of your friend. If that's your friend, like if he eating, he gonna make sure you eat. If that's your friend, now if that's your man's, that's somebody you associated with. That's it. But if that's your man's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to say, hey man, we going out and my man's he lost his wallet, he ain't got no money. We going out with some chicks or whatever. We go to the Coney after the club. My man's ain't eating no shit. And hey man, I got you, bro. Here. That's just what niggas do. If I'm up and my man's down, I'm gonna make sure he up some way. You know, but hey, everybody ain't your friend. Another thing, when you do shit for niggas and niggas just conveniently forget all the time to cut them niggas off, man. And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard because everybody out there ain't got your best intentions. They just around you because you convenient. When I learned that shit when I was younger, man, I went to like a lot of friends. Niggas come on my house playing 2K, mad, and I got off work. 7 niggas. When I really kind of weeded out what was what, and once I kind of shook them niggas off, and I went through some shit. But once I shook my situation off, that my situation helped me shake them off. It helped me see who was there for me. And when I shook that off and I rebuilt myself and built myself back up, man, I might have went from 7-10 niggas I go to the club with to 24 karat tropical hut with, and I might have just ended up with one homie that we might politic 2 or 3 times together because we grinding, we getting money. You know what I'm saying? So like never feel like you gotta be around niggas because you need somebody to party with. Fuck that. I turned like 23 when I learned that shit. I'm 30 now. I learned that. I'm like, man, I just couldn't do it no more, dog. Like you got to be smart. He said, "Be on." I don't really be on 24/7. A lot of the shit, liver noise. That's what it was. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was liver. I couldn't think of that street to say my name, but no, I record ahead. That's what a lot of motherfuckers don't know. I was telling somebody else. I ain't gonna say his name. I was telling somebody else. I record ahead, and I was kind of telling them what I do. Yeah, I record ahead. So it may look like I'm on all day, but shit, it really don't be like that. I record ahead. First, what videos I dropped this morning? I made that Antonio Brown video this morning because I had to piss. You know, shit, I had to piss. And then I seen Fred was on live. And he had that little title, and I was like, let me see what this nigga talking about. Then he ended, and I seen Antonio Brown start, so I did that. Went to bed for a minute, shot my moves for the day. But basically, most of the videos you've seen today, Triple G, first the 3 of the 4 videos I did yesterday. I be doing shit. I record ahead of time. You know, a lot of people don't know. Oh, you mean how you do it? I just record ahead of time. That's just what it is. Simple for me. I record ahead of time, and I'm prepared. You know what I'm saying? I kind of look at it as a homework or a job. I prepare myself. I get my topics together. I get my hold on. I see what's time sensitive, and whatever time sensitive, then I'll make sure those videos go out when they need to. And if something that's not time sensitive, then every video you've seen today, except for the Floyd video and the AB video I did yesterday, and obviously this live stream. So I only did 3 videos for today. You gotta train your mind and self to emotionless to so such as what. Yeah, it's hard. Like that whole. Oh yeah, I still work. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I hate people who feel like they just because you help them, they feel like they don't have to return the favor. Like, bro, if you do something for me, I'm gonna need you. I got you next time. Man. Yeah, yeah, for real. Me and my man's only friend I really kick it with like that, man. That's how it is. Like, man, like a nigga might buy me Coney like 3 years ago. I'm like, oh, I still owe you or some shit. Like, it ain't no unless it's some major shit. Like we get like some major shit or whatever. But shit, I ain't really tripping. Cause I know when it come around, he got me though. But niggas quick to forget. Niggas quick to forget. I'm telling you. I remember I paid for each one of these niggas to get to the club, right? And they, I don't remember that. I'm like, man, shit just start adding up, bro. Man, like I said before, if you want to say he's speaking facts, he's speaking facts, bro. I'm not gonna argue it no more. Oh no, I don't work at the gym no more. Shit, I could have went back. I still could go back if I wanted to, but I'm straight. Shit, I should think about going back, calling them motherfuckers up, cause they ain't shut down that plant yet. They ain't shut down that bitch yet. They called me like 3 or 4 times to go back. I should go back, man. Get my discounts back, man, on their ass. I sure can use one of them fucking pre-owned discounts next year. Shit to do it. Shit, if I can get like 5 racks off a brand new car, shit, man, you might be talking some shit. I might have to call my mans up. Like, hey man, let me get back in that bitch. As soon as I get back, we're closing in a month. We're closing in a month. I'm like, God damn. As soon as I come back, we closing. Did I get my discounts? Did I get my discounts yet, y'all? You know, at the end of the day, like I said, man, people, Dream Chaser, you listening to him, like he totally biased, you know. And I don't even know what the fuck he said. I can debunk that without even knowing what he said. But there's no need to. He exposed himself when he said he liked that certain guy because he liked him as a person. The fuck is this? You know, Prime? This Prime King and Queen? You know what I'm saying? What is it, Prime? Oh, I like him better. Like, nigga, it don't work that way in sports. oh, I think the Cavaliers gonna beat the Warriors like 2 years ago because I like LeBron better. Oh, they got swept. Don't work that way. It don't work that way. Just because you like somebody, don't get your emotions mixed up in meaning, oh, he better. Come on. He said at the airport. What you mean at the airport? I don't know what you mean. Like, man, at the end of the day, dog, just talking about character, and that's a good question. I don't know none of these niggas on in other than the surface. Character is the last thing that's crossing my mind, unless you Kovalev or you on some shit like that. Character, the last thing crossing my mind when it comes to an athlete, because I don't know what you had thought Tiger Woods was doing that shit, bro. Real talk. If you didn't know, as a kid, I had Tiger Woods clubs. As a kid, I had to pick up a golf club because of Tiger Woods. Didn't want to play the shit. I was into basketball, football, shit like that. I would rather prefer to play soccer. I wasn't into that. You feel what I'm saying? But you think in a million years from when I picked up a club till I was 10 years old, 11 years old, I picked up a club. Maybe 10 years later he got exposed, maybe 8, 12, 13. I never thought that about Tiger. I don't know these dudes personally. It's not a personal level thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about your character. I don't. Would you ever? And people ever think that some of these dudes was putting hands on their wives, or some of these dudes was never. I don't care about your character when it comes to it. But it don't matter if you mess with him. But you ever thought he was that sick or messed up as a person? No, you never would have thought it. Oscar De La Hoya, great. You ever thought Oscar De La Hoya, with all the women throwing themselves at him at the time? Not today, a little bit different. But at the time, did you think all them people throwing themselves at Oscar, all the women throwing, that Oscar would be playing with kitchen utensils and stuff? No. What you thought about 10, 15 years ago when Floyd was in a Raekwon video and he was black, and he was, I need the black people to support me, that he would be rubbing shoulders with Donald Trump and Donald Sterling? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It ain't that if you saw through Tiger Woods. I'm not talking about the black comments. I'm talking about as a sleazebag, as a person that no. Perception is not always the person character. You might get to know the dude. You might be a nice dude. You might not know the dude. It ain't about boxing. Ain't about who I like or who you don't like. Basketball ain't about who I like or don't like. And really, music boils down to it ain't about who you do or don't like. Acting ain't about who you do and who you don't like. I know people that say, "Oh, F Liam Neeson for what he said about the whole situation with the black people. He was looking to hunt them down and kill them and stuff." They back watching Liam Neeson movies. I couldn't help it. It was so good. I love his movies. They back watching them. And that's the problem that they're gonna have in that community, is that it's emotional attachment. It's emotional attachment. It's no longer schematics. It's no longer X's and O's. And that's the problem they got in the NBA with LeBron James. It's no longer X's and O's. When you start schooling people on, Jordan averaged 38 points, he only made 12 3-pointers in a year. You start schooling people on that, it's no longer about X's and O's no more. You feel me? It's about, you don't know shit, you stupid. When somebody start cussing you out and diss you in an argument, no matter what the argument is, that means you won. And it is what it is. It means you won. It ain't personal. That's where the disconnect is. It's I like him. But he come around it. He stabbed and he threw 10 women in the body, and then you like, I didn't know. You don't know these people, man. It's people that was neighbors to serial killers. Real shit. ID channel, Lifetime channel. Oh, Bob seems like a swell guy. He cuts my grass and he doesn't charge me, and he trims my edges, and he pushed these kids. He's always around his kids, and then you get in the house, Bob putting his hands on his wife. Or Bob is a serial killer, or Bob sell dope. You don't know these people. Even people that you know, that you cut a Thanksgiving turkey with, you don't know these people. Don't know them. You can sit down and do an hour interview with some of these people. You can sit down for hours. It's people that sat down with their neighbors for hours. Kids went over there. They dog sat. They watched their house. And then they come up and they money laundering. Or they in the Ponzi scheme. Or they dope dealers. Or they killers. You're like, damn, I knew Bob. I lived next door to Bob since our kids was 2 years old. Now they 22. You don't know. You don't know. It's never really personal, man. It's unfortunate that he was clowning his wife because she was Hispanic, but yeah, his wife is Hispanic. But it's like why does it got to be personal? It's never personal. It's just the sport that you in. And people be knocking this guy's wife or knocking how his kids look, or they was knocking how Blue Ivy look. I ain't doing that, bro. I don't give a fuck. I ain't doing that, man. I ain't knocking nobody family. Nah, if we cool like that and we joking like, yo, son got a big ass head. I'm like, nigga, look at your old bullet, son. Yeah, we cool like that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never talking about nobody's significant other, dog. I ain't never doing that. Real talk. And I know some things about a few guys' significant other that I ain't even gonna say on air because it's not fair. You know. Yeah, Mildred Taylor, fake, act black, pride activist, man. But I ain't gonna never do that. It's just to the point where I'm just gonna keep talking that real shit on that side of my channel, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go live on some shit tomorrow. I'll talk about some of the stuff we got coming up this weekend though, for sure. Let me get to a few questions I missed before I log off, man. So I gotta update my I gotta update probably my plugins and my drivers and shit, man. But yeah. I'm not even gonna answer that question, Dream Test, you had about them too. It's over with. I'm done. I'm done talking about them on the internet as far as going back and forth. Unless something major come up, I'm not gonna talk about them. They got it. Yeah, I talked to Town yesterday about that, man. He was already on the edge. I don't know what pushed him over the edge or no shit like that. I ain't politic with him today. I don't know what pushed him over the edge. I talked to a few of the brothers over the last couple of days. It wasn't nothing but love and sharing ideas and shit. That's what it really is. I don't really get into the channel gossip, but I don't want to know shit about nobody. Let's just network and see how we can grow and grow our brands. I think that's what it is, and what information we can share. That's what it all be about. When I hop on the horn, it's either information that we share to help the brand grow, or it's boxing politics, sports politics, or we just talk about shit we can't talk on air and how we feel. Or you see this, I seen a nigga say this in the comment section. It's just something like that, man. So that's just what it is, man. So that's just what it. That's just. But you gotta understand, it's a gap. It's a gap on how everybody think. Even me talking stuff, it's a gap. The gap is he see one thing one way, and I see one thing another way. You see one another way. Well, he looking at it from a personal level. I'm looking at it from a schematic level, and you looking at it down the middle, trying to figure out who right and who wrong. That's it. At the end of the day, sometimes you gotta hold yourself accountable, and sometimes y'all hold me accountable, man. Few brothers said some things in the comment section that I respect because they've been around since I really ain't had nobody as subs, and I'm like, you know what? It may not click in then. I'm like, man, he right, or he right. I'm tripping. I'm taking it too far. I can admit when I'm wrong. My girlfriend or my mama ain't never had a problem with that. My mama broke that shit out of me early. She was never wrong, so I always had to admit I was wrong. That's where it started at. Then you go to your daddy. Your daddy ain't never wrong. Your granddaddy, he ain't never wrong. You feel me? So it's either get beat up by your mama, or get beat up by your granddaddy and grandpa, or your daddy and your mom, or your grandma. I ain't getting beat up by you. Right? You got it. I ain't getting beat up by nobody. I ain't getting beat up by nobody. They got it. Yeah, I was wrong. Master, I was wrong. Master Mama, I'm wrong. Boy, that wall purple is clearly white. Yeah, you right, Ma. It's purple. Yep. I ain't fucking with it, dog. I learned my lesson a long time ago. I ain't messing with it. You got it. Yeah, man. Like I said, everybody got a different train of thought, man. But like for like, in it on the J thing, I'm gonna give him some time. But if he it just if it boiled down to if it boiled down for to him being a sellout, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna knock him for it. I'll be upset, but I'm not gonna knock him publicly. I'll sit down and eat fish and talk to other people about it. Like, yeah, damn, I didn't see that one coming. But it's all go back to what Corey Holcomb said on the 5150 show. He said he seen the most stand up brothers take the bait, take the money, not the bait. You know what I'm saying? He said he seen the most righteous brothers take that money, and I can name some people that took the money. It's certain people on here that's pushing other religions through their religion. It's deep, man, and yeah, it's deep, man. It's certain people. Picture that. Certain people pushing other religions through their religion. You know how deep that is, dog. Let's listen to that. You got other people that's pushing. They pushing other religions through their religion. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Once you get to reading stuff, and you find out where to read, and you get to reading. I think reading became one of my biggest enjoyments once I grew up. You know, it opens up a enlightenment tunnel in you. You enjoy it. It's actually better than the tube, man. To be actual, when you get to reading about stuff and it kind of it's crazy. Everybody for themselves, man. When it boils down to it, only time you're not for yourself is when it comes to your own flesh and blood, your significant other. That's the only time you're not for yourself, or maybe another kid. That's how humans is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That how many people really it's a special individual that's gonna take their life and put it on the line for another individual. You notice an animal that's loyal. You got tigers and lions and shit that's loyal to humans, and they'll put their life on the line for you. For certain people. Your dog will put his life on the line for your family. But how many people can be a hero when it's time to be, or they gonna freeze up? Come on. It's already embedded in you when your kids. Or you gonna don't matter if the house burning, it's a 0% chance you coming out, alive. You gonna go in there and get your kids. But how many people you just gonna do it for somebody they don't know? He said Dave and Cat Williams is real to stay away from that. Yeah. True, but people are so selfish. I've had to limit. Yeah, I'm just saying. People, that's just people. It's the greater people out here, dog. It's the greater people. They don't do no wrong, and you ain't did nothing for them, and you could have gave them your last piece of turkey. You know what I'm saying? It is, man. It is. People don't appreciate what you do, man. And sometimes it boils down to like you like, damn, man, like I'm underappreciated, man. You ever just talk to yourself like, damn, I do this for that, and then really, and then only time you get appreciation when you lay in that casket and they blowing them horns, they playing Coltrane. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get your appreciation when you did. Look at Nip. All these stories come out about Nip after you did. Come on, what is it gonna do for him now? Make a good family name for his son or for his kids when they come up. Like, what is it doing for you now? But yeah, let me tap out, man. We'll update this computer, man. But appreciate it. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. Don't forget to share the videos as well. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hellblaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow Unboxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Check out The Hellblaze, man. They got stuff like $1 lip gloss, lip balm, lotion, 100% all natural products. Super dope. I use my to do a video and bring them on one day. I still use them upstairs, man. Black owned. They're really, really good people, man. They look out for me. So if you want to make a donation, head over there. Check them out. You want to make a donation, share the video, and then my link always in the description. Like Sean said earlier, you can check out my other channel, Motor City Sports Talk. We do a big over there, Detroit Talk, man. But shout out to Fred. I do a little roll called Karate Body, Samuel S. Skills for New Orleans, man. Mildred Taylor, salute, Neutral Natural. Sean, appreciate it again, bro. Sam, Zutumba 8, salute. Hopefully I got that right. Kobe 2K fan 8. Dream Chaser, appreciate the love. Ricky E245, appreciate the super chat. And yeah, Mr. Child, salute to Omaha up in here. Salute to everybody from New Orleans, Texas, everybody. Cool man said, man. Shout out to the DMV. Shout out to my boy Angel 313 from the D like me.
And everybody else, man, just share the videos, man. And I got at least one more video coming today. If some news break, then I'll do another video. But other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down, man. Um, and but other than that, man, just share the video, man. And if y'all got any other topics y'all want to talk about live, I'll do them. And then tomorrow I'll be back with some more of that regular talk. And then maybe Friday I'll talk about that more of that regular talk. I'm not saying the word, but I'll be back then. After it's a ton of stuff a ton of action coming on Saturday, so I'll be on all Saturday, God willing. But blessings, appreciate the love.
They ain't even letting